a true crime podcast where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Merris.
Hello.
Because it's Merris Monday.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been breaking alien news all day.
yeah, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Dang.
Don't
Ugh.
worry. Next Merris Monday, if you follow for the UFO news, there's some big shit going down.
Dang.
And I'm excited to tell you all about it.
Yeah.
It's like I feel itchy with the desire to talk about it. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. We're talking about the Khamar Daban incident.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
You remember the Dyatlov Pass incident.
I guess. I wasn't there, so I don't remember it great, but...
Yeah, honey, we had an episode over that.
I know.
Yeah, I know. If not, y'all should look that up and listen to it before listening to this episode because they're eerily similar.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is up with Siberia? Because that's where both of those incidents take place.
Boy, I don't know. Do we have any Siberian listeners?
We probably do.
Oh, I don't know how to
If
say
you
hi.
are... I don't know how to say hi in Russia.
Russian? Yeah.
Do svidonya means goodbye. That's not helpful.
That's not helpful. That's wrong.
I can say that niet.
That's way more than I can.
And da.
Wow.
So if you are a Siberian teabag, please message me and tell me what the fuck is wrong with where you live.
Yeah.
It seems full of like mystery and danger, and there's a lot of like UFO lore about it too. It's
Yeah.
old as balls, and cryptid lore,
Yeah.
like Yetis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Yetis figure into this, but no, they don't.
That's like a Russian Bigfoot.
Oh my god, honey. Okay, so today we're talking about the unsolved death of 6 hikers that remains a mystery to this day. People think they've solved the...
Oh, you sounded like me.
I did. People think that they've solved the Dyatlov Pass incident, but this one...
It's
is
more
so
incidenty.
It's more incidenty and without explanation. Because avalanche wouldn't have been possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they want to describe the Dyatlov one, but... I don't think this is the case on either one, but that's just my opinion.
Right.
So in August of 1993, 7 people from Kazakhstan went on a hiking expedition on the Khamar Daban Ridge in southern Siberia. Now, Google would not tell me how far away Dyatlov Pass is from the Khamar Daban Ridge.
Fucking Google.
Like, I don't know how many bananas it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't understand unless you told me.
But it seems like a couple, like maybe 300 miles, 400 miles away.
That's quite a few bananas.
That's many bananas, but in addition to that, that's still pretty close to have like an incident so weird happen kind of twice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 6 of the 7 members of the hiking expedition would never be seen alive again after August 2nd.
Mm.
The expedition was led by experienced hiker Lyudmilla Korovina.
You did a good job.
I know.
Yeah.
I practiced so hard.
Yeah.
Now, she was 41 years old, and Lyudmilla was a survivalist and hiking instructor. She'd been doing this sort of thing basically her entire life as like her passion. She spent all of her free time in the wilderness and mountains and trained people in wilderness survival. It was just something she was super passionate about. She was known for pushing people to their limit and was kind of a battle axe about it, but ultimately... the hiking expedition couldn't have had a better leader.
Yeah.
And I mention that because the press blamed her entirely for this, and they shouldn't have.
Well, I don't really agree with that sort of method to be pushing people to their physical limit. I really think that's dangerous.
It is, but this is not what happened here.
Okay.
As we'll soon find out.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. This is really scary. At the time the Khamar Daban incident occurred, Lyudmilla's 16-year-old daughter was leading another hiking expedition in roughly the same area. On this particular hiking trip, Lyudmilla brought 6 of her students. And I'm going to really try. So their names were 23-year-old Alexander Krysin, Tamir Bapanov, Victoria Zalazova, Valentina Udoshenko, Tatiana Filipinko, and Denis Shavashin. I think I got that right.
Yeah, it sounded good to me.
And it wasn't just like a spur of the moment trip. They planned and practiced this for months and months in advance.
Wow.
They prepared also, like, she was really intent that everyone should be fed well.
Yeah.
That you can't exert yourself physically unless you are taking in a surplus of calories.
I mean, I believe that for all circumstances that I should be taking in a surplus. You know, got to go to the movies. I better load up on the carbs. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of emotional distress I may be forced to endure.
Right, you never know. Going to the store, I better eat a pizza.
You know, and boy, we really tied one on tonight. I chomped that food.
It was good.
It was so good. I'll tell y'all what I made. I made southern fried pork chops, scalloped potatoes, and Brussels sprouts cooked in bacon grease with crumbled bacon and Parmesan and garlic. Holy crap.
It's real yum.
That's why we fat.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
I had a fried mushroom, though. I didn't eat the
Well, you
pork.
can't eat meat because it fucks you up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So she planned that everybody would eat 2,400 calories a day.
Sounds fine.
In addition to bringing those rations with them, she also was intended on foraging too, because that's just, she likes to.
Sure.
But I'm saying they had enough supplies. It wasn't like she was going to depend on foraging.
Yeah.
And like they exercised all crazy before going.
I'll skip that part.
She had them do endurance training. They planned their route. And overall, to me, it just sounds like, and this is 1993. They were prepared.
Yeah.
They were prepared. On August 2nd, 1993, there were a total of 3 hiking groups on the Khamar Daban Ridge that day.
Yeah.
And though it was midsummer, the trails on the ridge are so high up in elevation, it wasn't unusual for temperatures to be in the 30s. So it is cold.
And they got no cell phones back then. So.
No. But I do want to point out, because like people will say, oh, the 30s. But if you're hiking and you're in winter gear, it's not
I have been very warm in the 30s before. Like, I'm from Michigan. Yeah, you can get really
you can break
sweaty.
a sweat.
For sure.
Yeah, and they were used to these conditions. It's like most of them had hiked before. Lyudmilla had definitely gone on this particular trip before. So it was like the height of summer. And they went because that's the warmest time there. Lyudmilla's group planned to go into the forest on August 2nd and spend about a week doing the hike before returning to civilization on August 9th. Lyudmilla and her daughter, who was leading her own expedition, made plans so that their routes would frequently intersect. And this served as checkpoints, right? To make sure everybody was okay.
It's very logical, yeah.
Yeah, make sure nobody was lost.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a safety measure. And I don't know. Sounds like she had her shit together to me.
It sounds pretty... I mean, I don't want to do nothing that even has the smallest amount of risk, but it sounds like they did have their shit together.
It sounds like she really planned and knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Plus, I do want to stress that she was really hardcore into wilderness survival, so that even if something did go wrong, she was on top of it. She could have handled herself. You could drop Lyudmilla off in the middle of fucking nowhere woods, wilderness, and she would come out just fine.
Okay.
So I just want to set the stage.
Yeah.
The first 2 days of the expedition went just fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. However, on August 4th, there was a heavy rainstorm. The other 2 groups of hikers said that the wind and rain were very intense during this storm. The storm was strong enough to knock down trees and blow over tents.
Yeah.
The next day, August 5th, Lyudmilla's daughter waited at the next meetup spot, but her mother never showed up. Now, her daughter just assumed it was because her mom's group was slowed down by the torrential downpour.
Obviously, yeah.
And was not really concerned because she knew her mom.
Okay.
And she knew what a badass she was. When Lyudmilla failed to meet her daughter at the subsequent checkpoints, I mean, she was worried, but she still thought the storm had set them back possibly even 2 days.
Yeah, okay.
She had no idea.
And there's no way to contact her, so...
No, the horror that had befallen her mother and her mother's students.
Jeez.
Oh, and it's bad.
Oh.
So I'm going to trigger warning right here.
Yeah,
and I don't
need it.
Yeah, well, I don't usually on Merris Mondays, but this is pretty intense. Description of horrible things happening to the body.
Oh, I hate this. There's no ghosts or aliens or nothing.
Well, there might be.
Dang.
Yeah, well, it's why it's on Merris
Spoiler
Monday.
alert.
There's no murderer. I mean...
It's the aliens. They murdered.
Anyway, I'm just gonna... We're just going to wait.
We're in suspense now.
On August 9th, a group of kayakers came across a young woman standing on the shore who screamed hysterically at them to help her. And of course, they stopped to help. And when they got to the shore and got out of their kayak, she was hugging them and crying and just sobbing.
I don't like this. This is where the movie gets scary.
Yes. The girl was Valentina, one of Lyudmilla's students. She told the kayakers that her entire hiking group had been killed, and she was the only one left alive.
Nope.
The kayakers took Valentina with them and were able to get her to a police station on August 10th. Valentina then told the police what had befallen her group in detail. Strangely, a search was not conducted for Lyudmilla and the other students for over 2 weeks. So put a pin in that.
Bullshit.
That's important. Okay. Because Valentina was pretty sure they were dead, but, she wasn't entirely sure.
What the hell, Get out there. Go look.
Nope. On August 26th, 2 days after the search was started for the hiking group, their bodies were discovered. The 6 bodies of the hikers were found in a clearing, largely grouped together, which was right above a tree line. Like you would have to go downhill to get to the tree line. Mm-hmm. They were all within a few hundred feet of each other. Unfortunately, being left out in the elements for nearly 3 weeks meant that they were in various stages of decomposition. Mm-hmm. The bodies were taken down from the Khamar Daban Ridge, and autopsies determined that they had all died of hypothermia. Well, 5 of the 6. Lyudmilla's cause of death was a massive heart attack. Put a pin in this too, because it's likely all bullshit. Okay. But I'm putting out the official story first.
Right.
It's like the officials learned from the Dyatlov Pass incident on how to spin a story.
Y'all.
Yes, it's rough. Despite ruling most of the deaths as hypothermia, there were signs of pulmonary bruising, like bruises in their lungs, pulmonary edema, which is fluid in the lungs, protein deficiency. When these details were released to the press, Lyudmilla was immediately blamed. It was said she had too much hubris, came unprepared, and was responsible for 5 of her young students dying up on that ridge.
Yeah.
The official story stands that Lyudmilla was too hard on her students, pushed them too far, and as a result, they all died. Valentina repeatedly refuted this at every opportunity she got. But she refused to talk about her experience at all. She wouldn't do it.
She won't be believed anyway, it seems like.
She literally refused to say a word to the press, to the public, to even friends for 25 years.
Wow.
Valentina relayed her experience to the police, exactly how it happened. She told them everything she witnessed. A year later, she felt strong enough to tell her parents. The whole thing had been so traumatizing. She found it incredibly difficult to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was so hard for her to talk about, even to her own parents, that Valentina suffered a mental health crisis and moved as far away from the area as she could.
I mean, I don't blame her, Jesus.
Right? Still, the press hounded her. They wanted to hear what actually had happened up on that ridge. And in 2017, Valentina finally broke down and told a reporter her story.
I'm scared. I'm just like, you really anticipated this one.
It's real bad. This one really creeped me out.
Oh,
I've got the chills telling you this.
Yeah, I don't want to know, but I want to know.
It's just the wildest thing I've ever heard. Okay, here's what she said happened, and to me there is absolutely no reason not to believe her. She said everything was going fine until the rainstorm on the 4th. The group could not get a fire started because of the wet and windy conditions. However, they were able to set up 2 tents, and they kind of huddled together for warmth, and they actually got some sleep. They were a little cold, but no worse for wear otherwise. Mm-hmm. The morning of the 5th, the group was able to start a fire, and then they had a very good, hearty, hot breakfast before resuming the expedition. In fact, none of them even put on their winter clothes. They weren't cold enough.
Yeah, because I can see it being maybe in the 40s in the daytime, right?
It was, yeah.
And that's just not that bad. I've definitely taken walks out in the 40s and stuff.
And I'm not saying you can't get hypothermia from that, but it's really unlikely. And we'll talk more about hypothermia and how you determine that in an autopsy in a second.
Right, and I don't know what that translates to Celsius, so I'm sorry if I say 40s and nobody knows what I mean.
Look, if we can't do Fahrenheit and bananas for scale, we're hopeless.
I don't know how many bananas the 40 degree is.
It's at least 4.
Yeah.
By this point, they made it to the highest point of the ridge. And they were then starting their descent back down. As they packed up camp to start going down the ridge, they heard 23-year-old Alexander, one of the hiking students, just screaming, like a blood-curdling scream.
This is where I unload in my pants.
You would if you saw what happens next.
Oh, no. I'm scared.
They all turned to look at him, and what they saw both horrified and confused them.
Okay.
Alexander was profusely bleeding from his mouth and eyes.
Yeah.
He just stood there screaming and bleeding, and then he started foaming at the mouth.
Okay, but this is awful.
Shortly after starting to foam at the mouth, Alexander fell to the ground and had horrible convulsions until he went still.
Yeah.
The students just stood there in shock, unwilling to go help him because they were confused and scared, and everything was
a crazy disease. Yeah. I don't know.
Everything was happening so fast.
Right.
But Lyudmilla immediately ran to Alexander and tried to render aid.
Right.
She told the rest of the students to go wait by the tree line to keep them safe while she tried to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
As the students literally turned around to walk towards the tree line, they heard Lyudmilla start to scream. When they turned to look, they saw that the same thing that happened to Alexander was happening to her. Mm-hmm. Blood poured from her eyes and mouth. Then she started foaming at the mouth, and she too fell to the ground and began convulsing violently.
It's just, like, random. There's not like an animal attacking or anything.
Out of nowhere. Like, and they don't know what's causing it.
Just a crazy illness is what I'd think.
Now, this time, the students, their leader, is incapacitated, and she knows the way. They don't, so they do run to go help Lyudmilla.
Yeah.
Tatiana got there first, and like Lyudmilla and Alexander, immediately started bleeding from her eyes and mouth.
Did they, like, run into an invisible wall?
Don't know. Yeah. To this day. The only difference was Tatiana started clawing desperately at her throat. And Valentina tried to drag her away because they thought maybe something is wrong with this spot.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, like a crazy invisible fence, you know?
She just didn't know. Like she grabbed her arm and starts to pull Tatiana away.
Uh-huh.
But for whatever reason, Tatiana bit her really hard, which caused her to let go of her.
Well, of course.
Then, inexplicably, this is so fucked.
I'm scared.
Tatiana crawled across the ground. She's like foaming at the mouth, convulsing.
Right.
She got close to a large rock and bashed her head into it until she no longer moved. Wow. The 4 students that were left absolutely panicked at this point.
This is a horror movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I wish they'd make it into one.
No, I don't want to watch it. No.
Valentina stood frozen, and she was just completely unable to move. Dennis went to hide behind a rock.
Me too.
Victoria and Tamir started to run down the hill towards the tree line. Mm-hmm. But then both Victoria and Tamir were both afflicted with whatever had taken down the other 3.
Right.
In addition to them bleeding from the eyes and mouth, scratching at their throats, and foaming at the mouth, they started removing their clothes like they were on fire. Like the clothing was burning their skin.
Yeah.
Then they fell.
Maybe it is some kind of radiation or something.
We'll talk about the theories in just a second. They fell and began convulsing until they too were still. Dennis finally ran to Valentina, and he told her, "You get the hell out of here. We gotta go. We gotta run."
Yeah.
But she was in shock, and she wasn't responding, and he was just like shaking her as hard as he could. And finally she snapped out of it. Yeah. And they just tore ass out of there.
Right.
As they were running away from the clearing, Dennis started coughing and throwing up blood.
Yeah.
She panicked, Valentina did, and she just kept running. But she had left all of her supplies, and she is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
After running for as long as she could, Valentina made a camp deep in the woods, fully expecting to die at literally any minute.
Right.
She fell asleep for maybe a few hours. She's exhausted, obviously, too, and was shocked to survive. Yeah. She was like surprised she was alive.
What the fuck? Yeah.
She didn't understand why it happened to everyone but her. But she knew that if she was to make it out alive, because, like, the danger isn't over.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what it is.
She doesn't know if it's some unseen force. Yeah. She doesn't know if it's a gas, radiation, fungus. She does know a disease. She doesn't know. No clue. But also, she doesn't have any food. She doesn't have any winter gear. Mm-hmm. All she managed to take was, like, 1 pack, and it just had, like, a tent in it.
Yeah.
She doesn't have water. Mm-hmm. So she has to do the unthinkable.
Drink your pee, or?
She has to go back.
No. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
No.
You know, obviously they're dead. All
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
And she scavenges what she can. Still shocked. Nothing happens to her. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
She doesn't even feel dizzy. She's just scared. So, as she's standing there looking around, trying to get her bearings, she notices the power lines follow the ridge. There are power lines. And she's like, if I follow those,
you go to civilization.
I will find civilization. She follows them downhill. She knows not uphill. That's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah.
And that's what leads her to the bank of the river. And that's where she was found by the kayakers.
Wow.
On the 9th. So this happened on the 5th. She was alone in the wilderness for 4 days.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not even surviving the story.
So that is obviously not hypothermia. It was cold, but they were well equipped and experienced with the cold.
Hypothermia doesn't make you bleed from your eyeballs.
Or foam at the mouth.
Yeah, no.
They only went 1 night without a fire. If they were going to die from hypothermia, it stands to reason they would have the night before. Mm-hmm. They were able to have a fire and good breakfast the following day, and everyone seemed fine until they suddenly weren't. Mm-hmm. Hypothermia is a process. It's not instant. And when I'm talking about these people dying, it was like 30 seconds, maybe, for each of them to die. Like 15 to 30 seconds.
Right.
In addition, they all had extreme cold weather gear sealed in plastic bags that they carried with them. Each person did. And not a single one of the hikers had opened the plastic bag and put on their cold weather gear, their extreme cold weather gear. Stands to reason that if they were cold enough to get hypothermia, they'd have put on their cold weather gear. Mm-hmm. And why didn't Valentina freeze to death?
No,
and she's a little thing too.
Yeah,
she's
hypothermia
skinny.
Straight out. You don't hit your head on a rock with hypothermia. That's dumb.
In addition, it is nearly impossible to determine hypothermia as a cause of death in an autopsy. There are some spots that sometimes form in like these mucus linings and stuff.
Well, not to mention they waited like 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's no way. They were too degraded.
No.
Although predators hadn't really messed with them much. Yeah. And they didn't start to really decay until they were brought down.
Right. Well, I mean, that maybe atmosphere is
yes, I'm acknowledging that, but it is strange.
Yeah.
They were kind of in the similar state of decomp as the Dyatlov Pass people, missing tongues and eyes. But we do know predators go for the soft parts first. Mm-hmm. Other theories were that Lyudmilla was too hard on her students and got them killed. But associates of hers said that she was caring and never unnecessarily risky or dangerous with her students.
Once again, that doesn't make you bleed and foam.
No, Valentina vehemently refuted this also many, many, many times.
Right.
She said it was just horrible, came out of nowhere, and just like that, it was gone.
Yeah, that's really insane, and that would fuck me up too.
Oh, she's fucked up.
Yeah.
A bizarre detail that contributed to the hypothermia hypothesis is that 3 of the 6 deceased hikers took their shoes off.
Okay.
Victoria and Tamir took their shirts off.
Yeah, let's say they began undressing some of them.
It's called paradoxical undressing. And what is it? It's when your body is dying from hypothermia, freezing to death. Mm-hmm. So it starts heating, to your core, you start feeling hot.
My theory was microwave irradiation would make you feel hot, right?
It would, but I think I have a better theory. But we'll get to all the theories.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So here's the deal with paradoxical undressing. Number 1. In cases where hypothermia sets in very fast, it never happens. Okay. It's from prolonged exposure to the cold. We're talking about people trapped on a mountain pass.
Like stuck in a freezer or something.
Stuck in a freezer. It's over usually 2 weeks. These people suffered extreme cold conditions for up to 2 weeks before they finally succumbed. Then you see paradoxical undressing, and you never see it with the shoes. Never.
Okay, so that's odd.
Yes. The people, it's also happened just a handful of times. It's not an instantaneous thing. Again, hypothermia is a process that takes actually quite a while.
Right.
Unless you're in water. Let's go ahead and make that clear.
I mean, your body is a furnace constantly trying to be at 98 degrees. So.
It is.
Yeah.
But unless you're in water, in the ocean or something, that can hypothermia you in 10 minutes. Seriously, you can die that fast.
Yeah, I believe it.
But they weren't, and they were dry. They were not in the rain. They were in their tents. Right. Their gear wasn't wet either. So I'm just pointing that out. Another theory has been altitude sickness. This one makes me laugh. No.
That doesn't make you foam at the mouth.
Well, let me give you a good example of altitude sickness that has literally fucking killed people. Okay? Mount Everest.
Yeah.
This ridge is not even half as... It's nowhere near. Nowhere near. I think the elevation was 3,300 meters. No, I can't convert that to feet. But I would it's almost double that is what I would think. So it's around 6,000 to 8,000 feet.
Okay.
I mean, that's high. Sure.
That's not ridiculous high.
But it's not Mount Everest high.
Yeah.
Now, people do get pulmonary edema.
Okay.
And that's what kills them on Everest.
Right.
That is where fluid fills the lungs. They can also get it in their skull, in their brain, because they're not they have no oxygen.
Yeah.
Because the air's so thin up there.
It's just not like that here, I don't think. And again, doesn't explain the symptoms at all.
No, because we have symptoms that just don't make any sense.
Blood, like it's just making no sense. And
yeah. Now, hey, people on Mount Everest have started bleeding from the mouth because their lungs are filling with blood, but they're not bleeding from the eyes. They're not bleeding from the eyes.
You can talk to them probably. They're making sense, and these people weren't making any sense.
Well, sometimes they're not. They start losing it, but it's not altitude sickness.
Yeah,
and it certainly wouldn't kill anyone that quickly. Not 15 seconds. Another one, and this one is plausible. I will acknowledge it, although I find it dubious. And that is they ate something toxic. Because Lyudmilla was a forager, it is possible they ate mushrooms or some other root or something that would have led to some sort of toxicity. That could
be foamy and stuff, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could also make them scream and act crazy. Could be very painful.
Right.
However, I looked it up. Ain't nothing you can eat make you bleed out your eyes. Nothing.
Right.
Literally nothing.
Or get so crazy that you start hurting yourself. Like, that's real nuts.
She was trying to kill herself.
Oh, absolutely, but that's fucking nuts. And even if you like feeling very sick, I don't think.
And you know what? This is creepy. This gives me the chills because I've thought time and time again, why did she bite?
It's like rabies.
Valentina. No. I think she bit her so she'd run away.
Oh.
To try and save her life. That's what I think.
Yeah, because she was no state to really
She couldn't talk. She couldn't breathe. None of them could breathe. When they got to the point where they were like foaming at the mouth, they couldn't breathe.
Yeah, you're right. They must have been instantly like their insides were trying to be outside.
And here is the theory I think wins.
Okay.
So during the 90s, the Soviet Union was conducting tests on a nerve gas called Novichok. Novichok was being developed during this time. And I think look, military testing by the Soviet Union / Russia took place largely in Siberia because it's
in nowhere.
Because there's not many people who live there. It's like the Antarctic. There's not a lot of folks there because the weather is fucking ridiculous. It's cold. And it now
cold and mountainy.
Now of course there's so many conspiracy theories regarding this case, but I think the real answer is they did drills with Novichok on that ridge.
Like a cloud of it.
On the ridge. And what they didn't realize at the time, because they had just developed it, is that particular nerve gas agent lingers in the atmosphere for 5 months.
Wow.
But here's what happens. Here, it's not in the air. It's lingering close to the ground. What happens...
When you're stepping down, it's going puff up.
No. What happens when it rains?
Oh.
It stirred it all up.
You're right. Oh, case solved.
I know.
Done. We did it.
Because a lot of people say Yeti, and I'm not even going to entertain that
but
shit.
it felt like some kind of illness or...
Yeah. Novichok can be absorbed through the skin. It causes bleeding from the eyes and mouth, scratching at the throat, burning sensations on the skin, inside the skin. It makes people go nuts because they can't breathe. Okay. It kills in seconds when fresh.
Yeah. But it was raining, which would stir it up.
That's exactly what happened because the nerve gas is heavier than oxygen.
Yeah.
So it lingers at the ground level. It absorbs into the soil.
Now, I have a question I know you don't have the answer to.
I probably don't know.
What about the animals in the area?
See, nothing. I'm going to guess there fucking weren't any.
There's just no way. Because if there was then like a fox walking through.
No, what I'm saying is the animals took the fuck out when the tests were done and didn't come back.
You would have seen some of them that would have gotten... Really?
I've gone hiking. I've seen skulls and shit.
No, but I think you would have found a mess of dead birds or something.
Maybe. But maybe they brushed it off and didn't think about it. Valentina was probably too, like, up her own ass and then horrified to pay any attention.
I don't know. That's just, I know you didn't have no answer. Of course not. But
now the clearing, it was just a completely, I've seen pictures. It is a blank ass clearing. There ain't nothing there but some rocks.
Yeah.
It's kind of flat too. So, I mean, that's where they chose to camp, obviously. But I think that's where the tests were done.
I think you're right. I think we cracked this. We are the great mouse detectives.
But here's the one thing I don't understand. Why did Valentina not get sick?
Well, I thought that too, and I just think she got lucky, or you just have some kind of natural...
No, not to this shit. Nobody does. No living fucking thing does. It's evil as fuck.
Sure. I feel like I've heard of this recently. Like were they trying to kill Kim Jong-un with something similar?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Novichok is, like, fucked up. It's like insta-death. Like, no one can survive it. Yeah. It just may be the wind switched patterns, or
just Jesus loves her extra.
She's special boy. I don't know.
Poor lady.
Oh, I feel really. She was only 16 years old when this happened.
I can't even handle this story. I am traumatized.
And of course, the Soviet government is just like,
they're like, "Niet." We did it together.
Yeah, we did. Hooray, love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, and also, only the smallest amount of Novichok causes someone to die.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that lethal.
Right.
Because that's what they wanted to use on us in the Cold War. That's fun to think about. Hey, don't worry, America's just as garbage. Oh, Siberian tea bags. I ain't judging you. No. I am judging your government. It's a big shithole.
So is ours.
But so's ours. So, I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a brief UFO news update.
Okay.
Because I love you.
Aww.
And the tea bags. I love them too.
Yeah.
And look, y'all, I know you're not as into the UFOs as me. I know that.
Get with the times, tea bags.
But I want you to be prepared. I don't want y'all to go into ontological shock.
No.
And you may say, Lillian, what is even ontological shock? It's when your entire view of the universe, the world, religion, and everything gets turned on its head and isn't true.
Yeah.
And then people flip out.
Yeah.
I want that to happen to you. We care about you. So here's what's going on. Right now in Congress or in the House or wherever it is, politics dumb, there is a bill, and it's a bill that will start the disclosure project. It's called the Schumer Bill. I mean, that's not what it's called, but that's what, if you Google that, it will bring it up and then you can read it yourself. Mm-hmm. Basically, it just establishes that, hey, aliens are real, and so are UFOs, and we're going to tell you guys about them. Mm-hmm. And then whistleblowers like David Grush get to come forward without penalty.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It also keeps secret the stuff we don't want China and Russia knowing about our UFO programs. Mm-hmm. Because some of this has been used in weapons development. And we don't want our fucking enemies, let's be honest.
Well, they got Novichok or whatever it's called, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, y'all, they have their own UFO programs too. Rest assured.
I wonder what they call it.
Niet.
They call it niet.
I don't know. All I know in Chinese is ni hao, so that's not very helpful.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I want egg rolls. I love egg rolls.
It's probably racist.
It's not racist. Chinese food is the shit.
That's true.
And I've never really eaten Russian food. I had some borscht, but I think that's more Ukrainian and Polish.
Yeah.
And you know what borscht is? Gross as fuck.
Yeah.
I thought it tasted like dirt. I can't get with beets, y'all. What do you... Look, maybe they're cooking them in a better way. I don't know.
I'm all right with beets.
Beets pickled are delicioso.
I like them in a salad.
I like them fried, like little chips.
Yeah,
Yum.
I'm just pro-beet.
Stewed, not good. Grody.
No.
Get that shit out of here. Stains everything, too. Fuck off.
That's true.
Eat something else.
Anyway, so Alien Bill.
Yeah. Now, this has been, like, unanimous. Both the Democrat and Republican senators have been like, yes, we want this. Except 4 motherfuckers.
I think 3 of them are Mike.
3 of them are named Mike, and all you need to know is they're Republican cunts. There, we're good. Moving on. Yeah. And Mitch, or I should say Glitch McConnell.
Turtle Man.
God needs to just hit the delete button. He's here past his prime. What kind of baby blood he drinking?
God did a good job with Henry Kissinger. Can't you just take Mitch?
Henry Kissinger was alive for 100 years too long.
1923. My God.
God, I hate that guy. Okay, little fun fact about me before we move on to more UFO stuff. For a brief short while, I was obsessed with Richard Milhous Nixon. Yeah. Why? Because he's the only president we fired successfully. And the whole thing, he's a fascinating man. But that means I learned a lot about Kissinger during this, whole fixation.
Do you want to do like an episode?
Horrible history. Let's do Henry Kissinger.
All right.
Because he's just the worst cunt that ever lived.
Yeah.
Like, he's responsible for the deaths of at least 5 million people, give or take.
He really just kicked the shit out
That's
of Cambodia.
Hitler numbers.
Yeah.
Kicked the shit out of Cambodia, and they weren't doing good in the first place. Fuck you, Kissinger. I hope you're burning in hell so hard right now.
If Hitler was alive at this time, would we make a cartoon about him as well?
We did make a cartoon with Kissinger in it. Yeah. Hey, watch the movie Nixon with Anthony Hopkins. You do yourself a favor and then come back to me. Anyway, UFOs.
Yes.
Mitch McConnell and all them bunch of turds are blocking it. And guess who's on the payroll to all these companies that do the reverse engineering for the UFOs?
Don't make me guess.
All of them guys.
All right.
Like Raytheon, Radiance, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Battelle
Name and
Memorial.
Shame.
I am naming and shaming. Yeah. All of these companies are keeping technology from the world that could get rid of fossil fuel consumption, medical advancements that would just, like cures for cancer, that kind of shit. And for greed, just for greed, they are keeping it from us.
Cool.
We should revolt. In fact, I will give you guys a link to where you can write your senator after listening to this episode and tell them to pass the fucking Schumer Amendment now.
Yeah.
But.
They ain't gonna.
Oh, they're not gonna.
No.
But there's hope, my friends. Sort of.
Something.
Sort of. Here's what's happening. So, if you're familiar with Watergate, and boy, I am, because the Nixon fascination. Why is this now relevant? I feel so weird right now. Anyway, Nixon with Watergate, and then you have the Panama Papers and all that stuff, and I'm not going to get into it right now. Anyway, a lawyer named Daniel Sheehan is the one who brought this shit to the press, helped to, at least with the Watergate, and was kind of almost solely responsible for the Panama Papers.
And I know he was a lawyer for the Jesuit Society.
Yes, he was.
So he knows all that crazy Vatican shit, supposedly.
And in doing all this shit, Daniel Sheehan came to represent David Grush, in part, helped him out, and Lou Elizondo, the former head of ATIP.
Properly pronounced Elizondo.
Elizondo. Yeah. He's kind of a clown.
Because I messed it up when I'll never forget.
Ah, that just killed me for 100 years.
Just makes me laugh. I don't know why.
Because he looks like he's going to take you to UFO Flavor Town.
He does. Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway. So, Daniel Sheehan has had... People are coming to him. Like the 40 whistleblowers that we haven't heard from yet because they're afraid people will murder them and their families have come to Daniel Sheehan.
Okay.
And he said if the Schumer Amendment is not passed... Yeah. Then he's going to do something that him and his little whistleblower buds have coined as catastrophic disclosure. Yeah. Well, cowabunga it is, I guess.
I heard, I was about to say, I would call it I can't even.
Cowabunga disclosure?
I want to make a joke and I can't talk.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for your troubles.
Yeah.
Anyway, what does that mean? It means we get to know everything all at once instead of it being spoon-fed to us like we're little angry, scary babies.
I want them to do disclosure using puppets. Like finger puppets or something. Just explain it to me.
Like Muppets from Sesame Street.
Explain it to me like I'm stupid.
Tell me, Elmo.
Tell me.
Oh, there's no God. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. I understand with puppets.
Look, and the other reason, aside from greed, they're not disclosing, and this has been revealed recently, is that it does kind of destroy all the major religions.
Not my problem.
Not my fucking problem.
No.
I'll believe what I want to believe. And you know what I think? I think human beings are really good at being delulu as fuck.
Yes.
So we'll believe in God anyway, even if he ain't there.
Right.
And if we all believe hard enough, what did we learn from last week's episode? Then it real, bitch.
Oh. So is God a tulpa?
Yes.
Okay.
And so is MAGA Jesus.
Oh.
Ooh. I want Buddha and MAGA Jesus to fucking fight. My money's on Buddha. No, you're making this bad and weird.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, keep your eyes peeled. As soon as the Schumer Amendment is knocked down because it will be.
It will be.
And it was approved by Biden. Peepaw Biden.
Is Peepaw going to say anything about it, you think?
Yeah. I think if Cowabunga it is, we get the catastrophic disclosure.
Yeah.
I do think the president will have to address it.
I want the president to sniff an alien.
He's like, I've sniffed them all.
This one smells the best.
And they hold up a little gray guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey.
Hey.
That's not going to be that nice.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to lead to like a lot of economic disruption. But you know what that means, guys? Stimmy.
Biden
bucks.
Hell yeah. Biden bucks.
I actually, because I think too that like the POTUS wanted to wait until October to say anything so we could have a nice little October surprise.
Just show us Hunter Biden's dongle. That's the surprise again.
What, his wiener?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about his dick.
That was the Republican surprise. It's so dumb.
Look, I'm going to say it. I don't care if Hunter Biden sniffed coke off like Ronald McDonald's ass. I just super don't care.
Did he get $2 billion from the Saudis like Jared Kushner?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I care about.
Why isn't that one being investigated?
I don't care if Biden sniffs people. Sure, it's weird.
Everyone's old grandpa is gross and creepy, so
I just don't care. This is just we're in hell, and I just want out. And if it takes aliens, fine. And all Biden has to do is like copy paste the speech from the president on Independence Day and say that.
Yeah, welcome to Earth. Oh wait, that was Will Smith.
That was Will Smith.
Yeah.
This is our Independence Day. And then everybody will be like, yes, racism destroyed. Misogyny destroyed.
Search every boathouse, outhouse, but then I realized that's The Fugitive.
Yeah, honey. It wasn't me, it was the one-armed man. You're getting your movies from the 90s real confused.
I'm sorry.
He ain't no good, folks.
I have dementia.
Do you know that I am full of delicious pop culture references? I've watched just every movie there ever was, pretty much, 'cause I love movies, even bad ones. And I am surrounded by ding-dongs that don't know any pop culture, anything, and don't watch any movies.
I don't watch no movies.
Who do I talk to?
I
Help
only
me.
watch trash.
He only watches reality TV.
It's only if it's bad reality TV. I was thinking about watching The Golden Bachelor.
Why were you thinking about that?
Because I read a review saying it was really good, and it's The Bachelor, but with old people.
Oh, wait, that does sound pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to see old people kiss.
I just want to see everyone, be weird and fucked up.
I want to see a bunch of boomers have a bad time.
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah.
I would like a reality show called Boomers Have a Bad Time. Let me guys tell you a little story.
Send them off to the Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah, send them all to the Khamar Daban Ridge and just say good luck.
Yeah.
And then, water the lawn. You know what I'm saying? Get the ground nice and wet. Well, that's evil.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean. They're going to foam.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm frustrated. So, it was like the other night, and I was my dad called me for some, I don't know. Do you remember this? And he was talking about how he didn't care about politics anymore because I accused him of actually being a moderate Democrat, because he is.
Yeah.
His beliefs are all very moderate Democrat beliefs. He's not a Republican. My dad doesn't want to,
murder trans people.
He super doesn't. My dad's, he's racist, but he's not racist in a way where he wants it to be a bad time for black people.
Just moderately racist.
Yes, mildly racist. Not spicy racist.
Gross. I can't tolerate him.
My dad doesn't really care about abortion. He thinks it's fine. He's not a religious man. He hates fundamental Christians. They freak him out. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, yeah, you're a Democrat. He's like, well, actually, I just don't even care about politics anymore.
Oh, eat dicks.
And I was like, well, Dad, that's a luxury you get to have. Mm-hmm. And then he went on to talk about how, yes, it is. He's like, well, I just go fishing and, I got food to eat and my bills are paid and everything is great.
Peepaw.
And it's just so out of touch with how it is for literally everybody but you.
Yeah.
And you read an article in the New York Times that made your blood pressure go through the fucking
I'm still
roof.
ranting about the fucking New York Times article. I don't know. Should I rant about it?
Rant about it, baby. You got this. You got the floor.
Because I say I'm dumb all the time, but I guess I consume a lot of news.
Spoiler alert. Merris is not dumb at all. Keep going.
Well, I'm super pissed off because they did this 30-minute story about how the economy is doing 40% something better. And then they interviewed 3 poor people and they were like, so the economy is doing so much better. Why are you sad? And all the poor people were like, well, because milk costs too much and gas costs too much and my wages don't move. But then the New York Times person was like, So, it's just bad vibes, huh? Just
and
bad
then
vibes?
Merris made monster noises.
I made monster noises because they didn't address, if you're going to do a news story on how the economy is doing good, then why don't you answer the fucking question as to where the money is going? Instead of just be like, sorry that you three people have some bad vibes, because we all know that where the money is going is to the top 1%. So the rich are just increasingly getting richer. That's why we are sad about being poor.
And we're getting
it's
poorer.
Not bad vibes. And it just made me monster noises because that was what I just described was literally the 30 minutes of the story. That nothing, no questions were answered. No investigation was done. It's just, hey, poor people, why are you sad?
Well, I'll put it to you this way, y'all. So, as you know, I sell my art and crap on Facebook. And normally this time of year, I'm rolling in it. Guess who ain't this time of year? I'm not rolling in shit. I am sweaty.
No, and I do know that the New York Times is sponsored by BlackRock, which is an investment group that hoovers up all the houses. So, hey, poor people, why are you sad? I mean, living in that gutter seems pretty nice.
I mean, we bought all the houses, and we're not going to sell them to you for cheap. We're going to jack up the prices to a ridiculous degree.
They're going to be shitty. We'll never come and fix your shit when you rent it out. Never.
Yeah, they're slumlords.
Yes,
basically.
slumlords. Yeah.
Cool.
So just bad vibes, New York Times. I don't know. Just some bad vibes. It's just, I don't get it. Why are poor people sad?
I don't know.
Huh. Weird.
You're right, just bad vibes.
Weird.
Anyway, anytime any of my tea bags want to get together, get some soup for our family, and burn this shit to the ground, hey, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
what can we lose?
Yeah.
When
Nothing.
are we
we just got bad vibes, that's all.
When are we gonna just take it back? We need to take it away from these people. We've let them have the Tinker Toys too long, and they fucked them up.
Let's go punching.
So we should just Novichok them or something.
I just want the robots or the aliens to save us, one or the other.
Or kill us. I'm good with either, because then I'm dead and I don't have to deal with this shit
make me bleed
anymore.
from my eyes. I'm done.
And my butthole. Fuck it.
Anyway, so bad vibes.
Yay! Bad vibes! Okay, so that's this episode. And as for business time, I would just like to inform you of a couple things here. I sound mean, but I'm not. We have a Patreon, and it is great. So go look at it. If you want like almost 200 more episodes, they're on Patreon. And like for not very much. I'm also instituting a new thing for our $1 tier, which will be up this week. I'm sorry, y'all haven't had like 2 seconds to even breathe or blink, but I'm going to do...
They were bleeding from their eyes, so they couldn't.
I am bleeding from my eyes as we speak. But I'm doing like little 15-minute cases. I run into these all the time when doing research, but there's not really enough information for a full like 45 minutes to an hour. And so these would be really great little segments. So those will be on our Patreon this week. And what else? Hold on. Oh, we have a Discord. You can come talk to me in there.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
You can come tell me, hey, Lillian, could you cover this fucking case? And I'll say, I might. No, really, I do. I do cover a lot. Like the Tulpa episode was a listener request from Discord. I look into anything and I will write it down and then fit it into a theme when it pops up or do a Patreon episode on it. So come to our Discord.
Where'd you get this story? I'd never heard it before. The one we just covered.
I don't know. Okay, so this is weird, but I was like looking on Reddit like I do late at night when I'm zooted and I'd taken my sleepy pills, and I think I just saw it briefly, but I dreamed about it.
That is fucked up.
And so then I was like, I have to do it now. So yeah, I don't know where I got it. I pulled it out of my dream butt.
Cool.
Yeah. So in addition to Discord, do you and your family listen to this podcast for some fucking reason? You need to get some merch.
Yeah.
Get you a mug, get you one of them insulated cups, get you a t-shirt, a hoodie, a long sleeve t-shirt, a blankie, all kinds of stuff, and our merch store. And it's actually really high quality. I tried out a couple different places once, and this place is really nice. So yeah, go get you a t-shirt or something.
Cool.
Yeah. And if you want to support me because I have made you laugh, or
made you
I
cry.
have made you cry.
Made you mad.
Or you're like, wow, Lillian, your dedication to research is so cool and you don't really get paid for it. Then you can shoot me some money if you'd like. I'll take a tip today, thank you, because my Black Friday sale netted me one fucking sale. That's never happened before.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm like, sad.
Yeah.
I'll be fine because we always make it because I don't fuck around. You know, I'm on the grind all day.
Right, till your eyes bleed and you're foaming at the mouth.
I am currently doing both things.
Right.
Nice of you to notice.
I am, yeah. It's unbecoming, but you know.
Yeah, but if you want to send me a little love, I would really appreciate it. But if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, know that I appreciate you just as much.
Thank you.
It's like if I had 2 kids, one that sent me $5 and one that didn't. I love those kids the same.
No, I'd love the $5 kid more. Sorry.
Well, Merris is fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm kind and
Yeah.
benevolent.
Yeah.
You know, all your fan mail says how nice you are, and I'm just like,
Oh, they wrong.
He's a spicy little dick.
Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment, but you're
Of
not
the 2
correct.
of us, who do you think's the nicer one?
Oh, it's definitely you. I know how I am.
I'm a cream puff. I'm just loud.
I'm a cranky old man.
Yeah, it's hot for some reason.
I don't know.
All right, well, I'm making it weird, so I'm going to go. Goodbye.
Bye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/Cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Libby.